Some pains do not arrive like thunder. They arrive like a sentence, quietly placed inside the body, then repeated for years. A voice can be gone from the world and still echo in the ribs. A person can be dust and memory and still press their weight into the heart. A person can be a relative and give bad medicine. I have carried words that were not medicine. I have carried them like stones in my pockets, like sharp seeds under the tongue, like a winter that learned my name. Today, I do not argue with the vibrations that harm. Today, I do not wrestle with the predatory spirit. I come to release what was left behind. Not the lesson, not the strength, but the blade. I lay down a piece of hand-formed paper of nature, homemade, humble, soft as breath, strong as intention. I hold a fountain pen like a small river in my hand, ink ready to become a path. Beside me, a soapstone bowl, patient and ancient, filled with coarse sea salt crystals, bright teeth of the earth, sage and bay leaf, that green promise of protection. I do not write to remember. I write to transform. I name the hurtful words without letting them live in me again. I take each sharp syllable and turn it toward the light. Where there was a curse, I place an affirmation. Where there was a cutting, I place a blessing. Where there was shame, I place dignity. Where there was you are not, I write, I am. Where there was you will never, I write, I am becoming. Where there was you don't deserve, I write, I am worthy of peace. I do not pretend the wound was small. I do not pretend I did not bleed. I simply refuse to keep bleeding for someone who cannot apologize. I write the counterbalance. I write the neutralizing. And finally, I write the gentle re-education of my spirit. Each word is a hand on my shoulder. Each word is a door opening. Each word is a return to myself. Now I fold the paper, not to hide it, but to change its shape. I begin with the corners, those sharp points that resemble the sharp points of pain. I fold one corner in and feel one memory lose its edge. I fold another and feel another old moment stop trying to cut me. I fold again and again until the angles soften, until the cruelty becomes smaller, until the story fits inside my hand without drawing blood. I do not erase what happened. I refine what it can do to me. I fold the past into a small rectangle, a manageable thing, a contained thing, a thing that no longer gets to sprawl across my days. I melt wax beads like small suns surrendering their shape. I choose my favorite mold because even in release, beauty is allowed. I seal the letter shut, not as a secret, as a boundary, not as denial, as completion. Let the old words stay inside. Let them stop roaming. I light the sage, I light the bay leaf. A small fire begins, not hungry, not angry, just ready. Smoke rises like a prayer that does not need many explanations. I bring the flame to one corner of the paper. The paper catches first, soft, quick, willing. Then the ink begins to burn, and something inside me recognizes that words are not only weapons, words can also be offerings. As the paper chars, a mosaic appears, burning words scattered like stars across a darkening sky. The affirmations glow. The transformed sentences lift. I smudge the smoke so it can travel upward. To the Creator, to the listening sky, to whatever is holy enough to hold what I am done holding. I do not ask for revenge. I do not ask for repayment. I ask for release. I ask for my nervous system to stop flinching at old echoes. I ask for my sleep to be unbothered. I ask for my heart to stop checking the door for someone who will never return. The fire finishes its work, and I keep what belongs to me. My breath, steady as a drum. My spirit returning to its own seat. My body learning safety again. My voice no longer repeating what harmed me. I do not need the predatory spirit to change. I do not need the past to apologize. I need my present to be mine. So I speak a final affirmation into the open air. I release the sharpness. I release the echo. I release the old permission to hurt me. I call my life back into my hands. And as the last smoke thins, as the last ash disappears, I feel the quiet truth settle. The wound may have been deep, but it is no longer in charge. The words may have been cruel, but they are no longer my language. There is a moment when the last bright thread of flame lets go. What remains is small pieces of charred paper, light as the end of a story. I remove them gently, like lifting grief from a wound that is finally closing. I place them in a shell, a vessel that remembers the ocean, a vessel that knows how to carry what is finished, and I discard them into the wind, not to scatter my pain across the world, but to return it to movement, to distance, to the place where it can no longer find me. Anything left, any dust, any residue of the old voice, I mix with the salt of the earth, salt that cleans, salt that preserves what is good and refuses what is harmful. Salt that says, this will not rise again. I blend it until it is indistinguishable, untraceable, unable to reform. Let the pain be grounded. Let it be mineral. Let it be history, not a visitor. Now I stand in the quiet after. The predatory spirit is still gone. The good medicine is still true. But the words, those negative words that kept trying to live in me, are now positive affirmations. I have given them to fire. I have given them to smoke. I have given them to wind. I have given them to the salt. I am still here. I am still becoming. I am still held by the Creator, by the earth, by the breath of the world, and by the new words I chose to write.